So let's take a look at something called the switch statement. The switch statement is a good way of evaluating whether or not your code has a certain value behind it. And so it's kind of like an if expression. People use them interchangeably, but a switch statement is going to be a bit more optimized, a bit more faster than if conditions. Because if you remember in the previous video, if conditions will actually evaluate the expression within the parentheses, whereas the switch statement will just take the value and then jump to a specific case if we can find it or not. So let's see what that looks like. So we do int x equals 2 plus 1. That's going to be equal to 3. We want to switch our x, and then we want to do these curly braces to express that this is going to be a block of code that we're going to run. And so we can start right here in case 1, and then more switch or more more squiggly braces, and then we want to print. Let's put 1, and then we break it. If we didn't put break here, then if x was equal to 1, it would also run the second one as well. So as we can see here, case 2, and then that's 2, break, and then case 3 puts 3, break, and then default. We can put any other number, and then we don't actually need a break for that one because it's the default one. It's the last one that we're running. So we don't need one for that. So anyway, so essentially the idea behind this is that we have a value which is x right here. It's going to be equal to 3, and so what it's going to do, it's going to take the value behind x and it's going to jump to either case 1, case 2, or case 3, or the default one, depending on what the value of x is. And so because it's equal to 3, it's going to jump to our third case, and we can see that here. As you can see, it prints 3. So unlike if expressions or if conditions where the expression is being evaluated inside the parentheses, the actual just value behind the variable is going to be the table that it jumps to. And so if we didn't have case 3, it would jump to default because neither it's not equal to 1 or 2. These are values that are going to represent the table that we jump to. And so if we actually, let's go ahead and delete the third one just so we can see that. So 20 and then 25D. All right. So it should print the default case here because we don't have a table for the value 3. And as you can see, any other number because because x is not equal to 2 and it's not equal to 1, so it didn't jump to these ones. It jumped to the default one since that is our last jump table, depending on the value of x.